It's just 1 more minute to go. In the next 1 minute, we are going to be starting the training. I want to be sure everybody can hear me, and I want to welcome everybody who is live in this session with us. So if you're live today, I want to say you're welcome. And if you can hear me, can you kindly spin the love emoji? Let me be sure that you guys can hear me, please. Can you spin the love emoji, please? All right, amazing. Seeing a lot of love emojis. Amazing. So we are going to be kicking off in by 9:08 on the dot, as I said earlier. So tonight we are going to be having a fireside session, which means it's going to be an interactive session, a session where you have the chances to ask questions, a session where we have our co-hosts who are going to be asking, asking me questions from different sides. And I want you guys to pay attention to everything. So everything you need to know about Dexify, we are going to be literally diving deep into different areas of Dexify. All you need to know about Dexify is going to be discussed today. I want you to pay attention for those who are joining us for the very first time, for those who are probably coming across this business model for the first time. If today happens to be the first time you are joining us, I want to say you are welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Pay attention for our existing users. Gus and Ezra, I cite you. You're welcome. So many other persons who are joining us, you guys are welcome. So without wasting our time, it's time already. We are going to be kicking off the training right away. I want to, with me today, I want the co-hosts who are going to be anchoring the fireside session to kick off the training, the section rather. Can you hear me? Sylvia and Caleb.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. So I'm not sure Sylvia is with us. Oh, Sylvia, if you can hear me, please, you can kick off. I don't know. You guys can get started, please. I don't know. I can't hear you, Sylvia. Okay, so we are going to be giving like extra 1 minute for our co-host to join us so that we can kick off the training. Guys, just relax. If you are joining for the first time, you're welcome. Mr. Ghost and Ezra, you're welcome. And for everybody who are joining us for the very first time, you guys are welcome. Just sit, relax. It's going to be a fireside session, as I said earlier, and it's going to be amazing. While the session go on, kindly take down notes and take your questions. So to be sure everyone is still following, you can hear me, please. Can you spin the love emoji as we wait for one of our co-hosts to kick off? Thank you. Keep spinning. At the same time, we're also waiting for some of our users, others to join us. I think Sylvia is currently not with us, so I don't know why. Sylvia, if you are with us right now, please can you unmute yourself?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. We've been struggling to get to you, and thank God you're here now. All right, you guys can get started.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our very special Dexify live session. This is not our regular training. This is our very first Dexify Fireside Session, where we'll be having an open and very interactive conversations. My name is Sylvia, and I'll be co-hosting this live section alongside Mr. Caleb.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. My name is Caleb, and I will be your co-host for today's section. Now, today's session is going to be extremely powerful because we're going to be talking about how Dexify works. We're going to be talking about how liquidity provision works in a whole. And we are also going to be talking about how the bot works.
And of course, we are not doing this alone. We have someone very special joining us tonight.
Yes, he's a visionary leader. He has created multiple businesses across different sectors. He's a visionary leader. He made his first million at the age of 17. And we are talking about no other person than Mr. Igwe Gideon,
popularly known as Young Money.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
can you guys hear me? All right, thank you so much for that. So I think you should carry on with the fire session. Thank you for that introduction.
All right, so we're starting from the basics and gradually going deeper so that everyone can follow and grab something tonight. Mr. Gideon, what is Dexify and how would you explain it to a complete beginner?
All right, thank you so much, Sylvia. Dexify and how I can explain it to a complete beginner. Okay, so Dexify is actually a technology tool, an AI system that automates liquidity provision and make it easier for people to provide liquidity into different desk platforms like Radium, Orca, Metura, and the rest. So what Dexify do? Dexify is a tool, a technology tool that make the process of liquidity provision faster and make it easier, make it hasteless. Dexify also is the first AI system that can actually automate liquidity provision into more than one pool. Dexify do auto conversion and auto swapping. You just need to have stable coin like USDT or USDC. Basically, we use USDC. You have your USDC in your decentralized wallet. Connect your wallet to Dexify, and Dexify will start providing liquidity for you. And Dexify understands market volatility and work with market conditions. And Dexify do the researching of the pool, all the hard work human could do. And one amazing feature about Dexify is that Dexify provides this liquidity into multiple pools, not just one pool. On a single click, Dexify can provide liquidity into more than 50 pools on a single click. Thank you.
All right, that was quite an interesting and educative explanation. Moving on, is Dexify an investment platform or just a technology tool?
Well, I think that is a very important and very interesting question, and I want everyone to pay attention because this is actually what can easily be misunderstood by users. Now, Dexify is not an investment platform and in any way does not represent investment platform. As I said earlier when I was trying to talk about Dexify, Dexify is a technology tool that automates liquidity provision. Dexify is not even a desk platform itself where liquidity is being provided. You don't provide liquidity in Dexify, but Dexify is a tool that can help you to make liquidity provision faster and hasteless. So think about Dexify as getting an API for those who are into coding or probably you have built a system before. You want getting an API to solve a problem. So Dexify is helping you as a middle person to provide liquidity and to make it faster, to make it easier, to make it hasteless. So Dexify is not an investment scheme. Dexify does not in any way represent an investment scheme, and you can't give Dexify money. Dexify don't host money for you. Any money that you get into Dexify is actually to buy the product Dexify, or to use any of the automation tools. Depending, we have different packages, different tools you can use. So any users' money stays with them, meaning that users need to have a decentralized Solana wallet, and that is where they keep their money and connect it using the blockchain infrastructure to Dexify, and Dexify does only the work of liquidity provision for them. So, of course, Dexify is not an investment scheme. Thank you.
Mr.
Okay.
Caleb.
Yeah, I had some network glitches. Sorry for that. So now, Mr. Gideon, if I heard you correctly, you spoke about liquidity provisioning. Now, the question that is running through our minds now is, what exactly is liquidity provisioning?
Okay, liquidity position, not positioning. Thank you for just a correction.
Yeah, provision.
Liquidity provision is very, very simple. I would define it in so many ways. Now, the word liquidity means money in the crypto terminology. So think about liquidity, I think about money. Don't think about it to be something that is very, very ambiguous. So now, whenever I use the word liquidity, just in your head, think about money. Now, in crypto term and real scenario, liquidity provision simply means you providing money into a pool, or providing liquidity into a pool, so that traders can be able to, you can empower traders to be able to trade. When they trade, you earn fees. And this is how it happens. I'm going to actually break it down. I think at this point, permit me to share my screen, because there are some certain things that will not be well understood without me sharing the screen. I hope I'm permitted to share my screen, Mr. Caleb.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
All right, so just in 1 minute, trying to share my screen. At this point, I believe everyone can see my screen.
Yeah.
Can you all see my screen? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So now, if you look here, I am on Dex Screener. This is a Dex platform for, mostly meme tokens and all that. I just want to use this to give you an example of what liquidity provision is all about. So everybody coming here, coins that are created that have passed the third layer migration stage, that have passed the migration stage, are being listed in this particular place, mostly Solana meme tokens. And now, for these tokens to be tradable, I'm using these meme tokens as an example to explain what liquidity provision means in real time. I'm going to use the first token here in my list here, which is UNC. I'm going to click on UNC. Now, if you look at UNC, you are going to be seeing a couple of things on the screen. I'm going to be giving you some mark. Look here. You will see where they write liquidity, and you can see volume. You can see transaction. These are just three basic important things I want to explain. Now, liquidity, as I mean, money that are being locked into this pool. Now we have transactions in the past, whatever, let me check the time this token was created. If you go back, you see 5 days. So for the past 5 days, this token has actually done a volume of $7.3 million. Obviously, from what you can see here, $7.3 million volume and 69,000 transactions. It means that 69,000 people, or 69,000 times, this coin has either been bought or sold. So look at the transaction is 30,348 buyers and 38,907 sellers. Now, anytime somebody come to buy or sell this token, I'm just using this token as an example, please. To buy or sell this token, the person can only be able to buy or sell this token because there is liquidity in this token. Now, if this liquidity you are seeing here, which is 399,000, goes to zero, the value of this token will become zero. It means that this token has been robbed. In the cryptocurrency terminology, we call it rug pool. When a pool is robbed, meaning that every liquidity into that pool has been taken off. Now, this $399,000 in liquidity you are seeing here are people's money from different parts of the world, different users who provided liquidity into this token to enable these 69,000 people to be able to buy, or 69,000 transactions to be able to power this transaction. So this transaction, this 69,000 here might be maybe one person, it might be 100 persons, it might be a million persons, but sorry, it might be let's say 69,000 persons rather. But it can be lesser, but it simply means 69,000 times people have been able to buy or sell this token. And before they can be able to buy or sell, there must be liquidity inside the token. Now, let me explain it further and help you understand this. Liquidity is like, a liquidity provider is like someone who built a bank and provided an avenue for people to come and deposit money in the bank. So think about a liquidity provider like a bank owner. I'm still going to actually come back to the bank owner side, but I want to tell you how liquidity providers make money, because now you know that every token or coin, cryptocurrency coin in the world that have ever existed, for that token to be able to be live, for people to be able to buy or sell the token, think about BTC, think about Solana, think about BC, that is Ethereum, ETH, think about, any coin at all. Before someone can be able to buy or sell that coin, somebody provided liquidity into that coin. And that person is called a liquidity provider. This person, how do they make money? If you're a liquidity provider, how can you get reward as a liquidity provider? You are not a trader. You're not buying and selling. You're not relying on the market condition to make money whether when the coin begin to pump. How do you make money? You make money from traders who are buying and selling. So how? Whether traders are buying, you are earning fees. And whether they are selling, you are earning fees. And remember, when traders are buying, it means the coin will be pumping because everywhere will be green. And when they are selling, there's probably panic in the market or bad news or whatever, and people are dumping the coin. You are seeing any fees in that token they are dumping. They are giving you, dumping the tokens to you. They are giving you back to the tokens. So whether the coin is going up or is coming down, you are earning fees. For example, in the past 6 hours in this token, people who bought 6 hours ago are losing 31%. It's varying actually. Now, liquidity providers have gained extra of this token of this 31%. So they are giving for anytime anybody sells. These are people who are selling. That is, they are the one giving the energy for the red. Anytime they are selling, as you see, there are people are still selling, some people are still buying. The buying and selling pressure is just a little bit, but we have a lot of sell pressure. As people are selling, they are giving liquidity providers, these people who have put in this 391K liquidity. You can see the liquidity is kind of increasing. People are removing liquidity. Some are putting, some are removing. So this value is going to be increasing or decreasing. From when I started, it's 399. Now, about $9,000 have been removed from this token, from the liquidity. Now, those who are taking off their liquidity, they have made money from these 69,000 transactions. For every single transaction, you pay what we call gas fee or transaction fees. Those gas fee, you are actually contributing back the money into the pool that powered this transaction. So any pool that you are being routed to on the DEX protocol, it can be a pool on Metura, it can be a pool on Orca or Radium. You are contributing back that fee into that pool. So as you do that, that fees you are contributing that into that pool will be shared among liquidity providers, those who provide liquidity into the pool, and those who are the owners of the token. That is the protocols, the protocols that validate the transaction, like the material themselves. They also take part of that share. But liquidity providers take the lion's share from every transaction. Now, I think that is just the common way I will be able to explain liquidity provision to you. Thank you. So maybe as we go ahead, I'll be able to elaborate or go into some other things.
Wow, yeah. That was very explanatory. Wow. If I did not get anything today, I got enough value. Users, you can see, you can know, and you can testify that enough value is in Dexify, it's in liquidity provisioning. Now, my second question here is, Mr. Igwe Gideon, how does Dexify automates liquidity provision across platforms like Meteora, Orca, and Radium?
Can I hear you, please? Come again, please.
Okay, my question was, how does Dexify automate liquidity provision across platforms like Meteora, Orca, and Radium?
Okay, actually, pay attention. Dexify actually route through multiple protocols to provide liquidity. However, I want to say that Dexify only work with Solana infrastructure. That means Solana products, any product that is not Solana, because we want to go for where there is liquidity. That is where it's happening right now. Anybody who is building any project outside Solana, there is no much liquidity in many other infrastructures outside Solana. So Dexify route through multiple protocols like Orca, like Radium, like Meteora, depending on where it's happening. What I mean where it's happening, where there is pools that are doing well, pools that are printing fees. And from the view of, obviously, we have seen that most of the pools are right in Meteora. Like, because remember, Meteora is kind of focusing solely on Solana. And some also, some with Radium, but some of these protocols have some varieties. They focus in both BSC, Solana, Ethereum, and some other but we are routing more on Meteora than some other protocols. But however, we could route through other protocols, or our AI intelligence system researches organically on where there is pool, fetches trending pools that are doing quite well, pools that have a bit stable, relatively stable, pools that are fetching fees, pools that people are jumping on, pools that have high fee rates. And I'm going to show us maybe subsequently as we proceed how this is made possible with Dexify. So thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
This is quite interesting, and I hope that everyone is still following us. Moving on to the next question. Mr. Gideon, what makes Dexify different or more powerful from other platforms?
Okay, what makes Dexify different, interesting, or more powerful? Now, I want to say this. Dexify is the first AI system, or the first platform. Let me borrow your language, platform. The first platform in the world to automate with liquidity provision real time. And I will mean what I mean by automation. I will tell you what Dexify do, that you can go and research and tell me any protocol or any platform that does that. One, Dexify researches automatically for you, does the researching process for you. If you want to provide liquidity manually, maybe on Orca, for example, or Meteora, for example, the first thing you need to do is to research on pairs that has volume, pairs that have, or pools that has volume. First, you are doing two things. We are researching on pairs that has volume and pools that has volume. Because you can see a pair with volume and there is no pool that has volume in that pair. Meaning that you can go right now and think about Trump/Solana. That is one pair. But I will tell you that if you provide liquidity on Trump so right now, it will take you like maybe 1 month to make anything reasonable. Why? Because people are not buying Trump at this time. So Dexify will automatically research the entire process for you. Maybe probably you can get some couple of few platforms or protocols that does that research process on automation. But this is where Dexify changes everything, which none is doing right now. Upon that, Dexify needs users to have only stable coin in their decentralized wallet. Meaning that you don't need Solana. You don't need to buy the tokens yourself, like any competitor to Dexify right now. You will be the one to buy the token yourself. For example, you have to go and buy, let's say you've been researched, that they help you research on a particular protocol and a particular coin, for example, or pair. And the pair happens to be UNC/SOL. This one I just showed you right now. And they want to provide liquidity into that pair. What will happen is you yourself will buy the two pair. You will go and buy UNC and buy Solana yourself. That means you are doing the swapping yourself. Dexify does it on automation. You just need to have your stable coin in your wallet. Dexify will automatically swap, convert your stable coin to these pairs, automatically route your coin from your wallet to the right pool that will get fees for you. and provide it, because in one pair there can be 1,000 pools in one pair, there can be 10 pools in one pair, there can be 3 pools in one pair, provided under one pair that has volume. So all these pool in a pair that has multiple pool, people will be confused. Which pool do I provide liquidity? Which pool is doing well? It's not by the TVL, total value locked. No. Dexify uses their AI intelligence to route the right pool that will give you fees, then provide liquidity into that particular pool, which non-platform in the world does the auto conversion process for you on automation. Dexify does it for you. And that is not all. Dexify can now do this. This is the what shaped or what has taken Dexify global. Dexify now can automate this process into more than 50 pools for now on a single click. Simply mean that with some Dexify package access, you can be able to get on a single click, having like, let's say $500 in your wallet, or $1,000 in your wallet, depending, or $10 in your wallet, depending on how much you want to use to provide liquidity. Leave it in USDC and click on a single click, which I'm going to show us as we proceed. Dexify will start providing liquidity into multiple protocols and multiple pools for you. And it does the entire swapping, meaning that if Dexify is to provide liquidity into 50 pools, Dexify will have to buy 100 coins and swap them automatically. And this can be done under 1 minute, completely under 1 minute. And go into the pool, provide liquidity for you, and monitor it real time for you. Wait for your reward target, which in the trading terminology is what you take profits. When you hit your reward target, Dexify will close that position for you, reconvert your entire capital back to stable coin, and keep it back in your wallet. And that is one feature, or some features I know that have shaped Dexify to be, top above any other liquidity provision automation system. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that explanation. I think I've been really clarified. So based on what you said about multiple pool LP, how do features like rebalancing, presets, and multiple pool LP improve user performance?
Okay, you ask how this feature like rebalancing. I will take it one after the other.
Yes.
Presets.
Yes.
And what again?
Multiple pool LP.
Okay, now this is it. Of course, think about it. If you have ever done a looping before, a looping, for those who are new, simply means liquidity provision. So that is the short name we normally use for liquidity provision. If you've ever provided liquidity on Radium or maybe on Orca or Mesura or any platform before, you know the process. You know what it takes. For me to provide, I'm a liquidity provider. I've been providing liquidity for a while now. And why I left trading to liquidity provision, we're not talking about that right now. I left trading to liquidity provision. Now, if you want to provide liquidity, there are a lot of ways. And the process is number one. You will need to do conversion. After researching the coin, let me summarize it. You do conversion, buying, that is swapping, buying the meme tokens you want, and etc. Then you need to research on the pool itself. You want to actually provide liquidity, then get inside the pool. And now you cover rebalancing. You now need to monitor it real time yourself to know when it goes out of range. You need to do balancing. First, you have to balance your being range. Select the desired being range you want to use to provide liquidity. For example, Dexify use the standard being range of 69, but you can go as 3 being range, you can go as 200 or even 300 being range. Just get your being range. The being range simply means the range which traders will be buying and selling for you to be earning fees. Get that range. Now, no matter the range you've gotten, the wider your being range, the smaller your profit, because you are spreading your capital into multiple beans. So the shorter your being range, or narrower your being range, the higher you could earn fees. But also, the shorter your being range, the higher you could go out of range. And that is one of the biggest problem people have while providing liquidity. And I'm going to address it very well. I think I'm going to stay with range, rebalancing, and out of range. Now, out of range simply means when you are out of the being range you've set. This being range, as I said earlier, are range where traders which are going to pay you. Remember, you're making money from traders. These traders are people who are buying, selling, swapping the token, holding, and later trying to sell. So the range at which they are going to be buying and selling. Let me give you a practical example. Let's just go this as an example. I think I should use a more better coin for this. I am going to maybe, let me search for this token. I believe you all can see my screen. Hope you can see my screen, please.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't know the coin. Let me use for so.
I can see.
Okay, I'm trying to get. Let me see. Good. Now I'm going to use Solana USDT for an example. This so USDC rather. This on base. Oh God, no. So I want to use the one on this on base. Let's see. Okay, notwithstanding, we can use even this on base. Now, I'm going to be using this for an example. However, this is just an example. Looking at this, let's assume you want to provide liquidity into Solana and you have USDC and you want to provide liquidity in Solana. Now, let's look at the current price of Solana. Now, you can see the price of Solana right now. I'm trying to get my pen. Is currently $89.59 per one. Solana is not really like a volatile pair. It's kind of a bit stable, like, of course. Now, imagine you have to a bin. You need to go a bin range. Let me draw a bin range this way. You can see what I've drawn. And you have to spread it this way. Spread your money. Let me just draw this. This I'm drawing 111 are called bins. And I'm going to show us practical. These are different bins. Now, this is my bin range, meaning that I have to set this to provide liquidity within this range. This range simply means I am providing liquidity, let's say from $80 to $90, for example. If Solana is within $80 to $90, I am going to be earning fees. However, if the price of Solana, traders are able to push it up to above $90, I will no longer be earning fees. I will not be out of range. And if traders are able to push it down below $80, for example, currently right now, if this is what I said, you could see that the price of Solana is sitting at a fence. It's almost out of range because it's currently at $89, as you can see. And I set my range, my bin range between $80 to $90. This is where a lot of providers, liquidity providers miss it in bin range calculation. Some even provide liquidity on range that are already outdated, like pairs that is not within, they provide liquidity outside the range completely. So upon provision of liquidity, you're already rebalancing. So whenever this liquidity, this coin goes outside this price, what is going to happen is this: I am going to be out of range. And when I am out of range, it means that my money is no longer at where people are buying and selling. Because if people are buying and selling at this zone, my money is still at this zone, which is what? The $90 zone. So whenever it goes above that $90, what I've set already, my money on my liquidity is no longer at that zone. It will now be out of range and I will no longer be making money. And I can lose money in that course. And how can I lose money? When I am out of range and I'm holding, remember, for me to provide liquidity, I bought in these two pairs now, I bought Solana and I bought USDC. If it is UNC Solana, I will buy the two pairs. Now, what happens is this: if I am holding Solana and Solana is pumping, then I don't have issue. I'm not losing money even though I am out of range. But if I am holding Solana, of which I am holding obviously, and Solana is dumping, that means the out of range is below $80, let's say $79. It's at $79, which is below the range. I'll be losing money because the part of Solana I am holding is already going down. However, this is where it gets interesting. The value is depreciating at which you're holding, and you are still being rewarded with more Solana. Because as people are dumping Solana, they are selling Solana, they are still giving you some units of Solana every single minute here and then. And whenever Solana pumps up again, your profit will massively top up. But if this coin Solana happens to be a very volatile token, for example, let's just take a volatile token here. We are just going to come back here. Let's assume this particular token, which is what smart money slash so. This token is just 8 hours ago. It was created. It's still green everywhere, but it's still volatile token. It's a meme token. Now, this token is currently pumping right now, but there is no guarantee that this token will not dump in the next 2 minutes, in the next 5 minutes, or in the next 1 hour, because it's a meme token. It's volatile. If this token is dumping and you provided liquidity in this token, remember you are earning fees whether the market is going up or the market is going down. Unlike traders who are only making money or earning money when the market is going up. So those who are buying can only make money now that it's green. Once you start dumping, their money will start going down. But even while you are dumping, you'll be rewarded with this smart money, more of the smart money, because people are going to be selling. And as they are selling, they are carrying that coin they have bought, putting it back into the pool and taking away Solana. So they are taking Solana away from you. And they are giving you more of smart money, which is the token, the name of this token, for example. And if this token is dumping right now, they are dumping the token on you, you are earning fees. However, but that fees might probably not be enough to give you profit at the end of the day. So you have to hold the fees enough for the fees to outweigh the value in depreciation. Or you bear rebalance. We call it trying to remember the name in liquidity provision. Okay, when I remember it, I'll talk about it. Now, there is a terminology for it, but this is just a real scenario I'm trying to give to you. However, it is not in any way at all in comparison with trading, because those who bought as traders are only making money when the coin is going up. But you as a liquidity provider, whether it's going up, it's going down, you are making money. You are making money does not mean that you can be making money, making more fees. That is what I mean, making money. You can be making more fees in return, but the fees might probably not be enough to outweigh the value of depreciation that is happening in that coin. And you have to wait for the fees to be enough to outweigh, or for the coin to pump a little bit, for the pair to pump a little bit. Or you can rebalance on sideways direction on Solana alone, instead of your rebalancing features to happen on this particular token alone, for whenever you're earning fees, so that you can earn more fees on Solana alone instead of smart money, making it more smarter, outweighing giving you the chances to make more money. So that is it. Thank you. I think I don't want to confuse some newbies, because I'm using a lot of terminologies that are peculiar to liquidity providers, and I believe some persons who are new might not probably understand. But if you are kind of still following me, can you kind of spin the love emoji before I get the next question, please? You are still following. I just want to be sure you are following. Can you spin the love emoji, please? Let me be sure people who are following spin the love emoji. Okay, good. I can see a lot of persons are following. Amazing. All right. Thank you. Okay, Sylvia, you can go ahead with your question right now. I don't know who is taking the next question.
Should take this next question.
All right. So that was mind-blowing, I must tell you. That I got a lot of value. Users, if you're not getting any value from this, you are really missing out. I must tell you, you are missing out. Now, Mr. Gideon, this question I'm going to ask is, I think is the questions that have been in the mind of users. Now, Mr. Gideon, is Dexify or liquidity provision a guaranteed profit system?
Is Dexify or liquidity provision a guaranteed profit system?
Yeah.
Okay, now I think this is very, very important, because first, when we started earlier, there is something you asked me, which is very important, whether Dexify is it an investment scheme or so, or a technology tool or something of that nature. Now, I want to say this. This is a hard truth, but people have to understand this, that they need to understand this. You know, sometimes as marketers and also as people, we come giving very good guarantee. Now, one guarantee I can give you about liquidity provision is that you earn fees. It's 100% guarantee. And I can tell you that it's way in any way not comparable with trading. Trading means buying and selling, or whether you are trading futures, way riskier. You are doing spot trading, you are buying a coin to hold for a long time. Instead of buying a coin to hold for a long time, you can provide liquidity on that coin, maybe on a coin that is more stable, and leave it for a long time and go and sleep. Just spread your billing range to eternity, spread your billing range in a way that you cannot even get out of range and go back to sleep. Or you can do what we call lock-on liquidity provision, meaning that you can you can provide liquidity on a lock, meaning that it is on a fixed liquidity provision, let's say for 3 months or for 1 month, and go back to sleep, come back with the fees, with all the fees you've earned to take off. Now, coming back to your question. Now, users want to, or people who come to crypto always want to think about this way, like crypto as a guaranteed means of making money. Now, as much as it seems very amazing, I can tell you there are risks involved in crypto and in every area of crypto. Just as trading have its own risk, which is way very big, liquidity provision have its own risk. And I'm going to detail it to you. And I want everyone to pay attention, because some persons this way you're going to gain the real value. This is what you actually need to understand this system, liquidity provision, and understand how Dexify comes into it. Now, guaranteed earning in the mind of a lot of persons are what I consider to be Ponzi scheme. Platforms that will tell you, lock your money or put your money here. Every day we're going to be giving you maybe 1% fees or 2% fees. Those platforms are scam. Trust me, quote me anywhere. They are scam projects. Now, some of them, you can tell me some of them have stayed for 10 years. I don't care the number of years they have stayed, but it's not sustainable. There is nothing you can do on Earth. Even if it's real, there is no system you can do on Earth. You think about buying and selling or liquidity provision like someone who owns a bank. It's just like a bank owner trying to say that, can I earn a stable income? But your bank users can reduce as a bank owner, as a liquidity provider. I said earlier that you are like a bank owner. When your bank users reduces, your bank users who are banking with you are the traders in liquidity provision. So for you to make money as a bank owner, you are dependent on those who are using your bank. Let me give you an example. For those who live in my country, there's a bank called Access Bank. If you use Access Bank and another person is using Union Bank, for example, now Access Bank probably might be generating more volume than Union Bank, because Access Bank, for me, have more users than Union Bank. And the number of users, if the more number of users a bank have, the more money the bank makes. Because, for example, the bank can wake up and charge you $1 for ATM charges or for maintenance fees. If they have 1 million users, that is $1 million. And if the other ones have 300,000 users, that is 300,000 money generated for that day. And the more the traders reduces in a particular pay you provide liquidity, the more you have chances of making lesser money or not making money at all. When there is no trading activity in a pool or in a coin, there is no liquidity. There is no liquidity in that particular coin, and you can't make money. A provider cannot make money when people are not buying and selling. So liquidity provision is not a guaranteed stream of making money. Dexify on its own is only a tool to help you automate liquidity provision. But liquidity provision is a guaranteed stream of making fees. Pay attention. Of earning fees. When people are buying and selling, and trust me, put me anywhere, take me anywhere, I will show you something. And if you take, I will show you over and over again. There is no way on earth crypto have come to stay. And people are always buying. People are creating coins on daily basis. People are buying and selling on daily basis. You can see these are coins listed. If I show you, literally almost these coins are not 7 days older. Look at this one 2 days ago. Look at this one. If I click any of these coins, this one is longer. Let's look at this particular one. This one 5 days ago. Okay, 17 hours ago. You can see coins are being created every single day, every minute. If you go to some DEX protocols that create coins, you see people creating coins on second basis, millions of coins. Meaning that people, this is a viable business. People are always buying and selling. You don't want to sit down on the fence where you are only making money when people are buying, or when you're always researching on the next coin that we do 10x, next coin that we do 100x, next coin that we do 1 million x, because there is no guarantee. That is the truth. That coin you are buying will do 10x. Regardless of, I have been in this space for the past 13 good years, for almost 14 years now. There is no guarantee that a coin you are buying can do 10x or 100x or even 2x. That coin that have a very high to do 50x can end up becoming rugged. Meaning that when the risk get involved, I'm going to talk about it, so you pay attention, is that when you are trading, you are the mercy of the market volatility alone. Meaning that you, as the market starts dumping, you're already losing money. But when you are providing liquidity, you are making fees even when the market is dumping. But listen, pay attention. This way it affects you. Why is it that liquidity provision cannot give you 100% guaranteed to earn money, like to become profitable? You can provide liquidity in a pair, and that pair will start crashing. That particular one of the pairs. Remember, when you provide liquidity, you are bringing two coins together. Let's say Solana USDC, and you provide liquidity in these two pairs. That means you have USDC, you have Solana. Or this one I just showed you right now, doing real practical so you understand it. This one here is called UNC SO. It means I bought UNC, I bought SO. So if UNC starts crashing right now, what happened? I'll be getting UNC, more UNC, but the value of UNC in real time is going down. So what happens to me is this: I am making more fees, but I am not making more money. How do I mean? I am making more fees, or I'm making more money, but I'm not seeing more profit. So for me to see more profit, I need to be earning fees more in Solana that is more stable, or get UNC any fees when UNC is pumping. So if UNC is only dumping, coming down, I am earning fees in UNC, but it might not be adding up as much as somebody who is earning more fees in Solana. So if that happens to you, you will see that you are not in profit at that time. So does not mean that you are already losing money, but it can take a long while for UNC to earn you enough fees to counter the value in depreciation in UNC so that you will now be in profit. Profit simply means that I use $10 to provide liquidity in this token right now, and I want to make $100 from it. For example, we've seen Siphon has been here before. He showed you guys his Jupiter wallet. Siphon used $15 to provide the liquidity, and he made over $200,000 from it. Over $200,000 from it. And he provided liquidity with only $15. Why? He did it a couple of times with different projects, and this is what happens. When he was earning fees, the coin was almost getting robbed. And later on, the pair began to pump again, and he switched his rebalancing to earn more fees on Solana, which is one of the things we teach you guys to do. And Dexify also automate that process, help you do it, so you can make sure you stay more profitable. You remain profitable. And one of the ways you can as well lose money in liquidity provision is when one of the coins in the pair gets robbed. Meaning that if you provide liquidity in a coin that can be robbed, you can 50% or the percentage of your money in that particular pair can go to zero. And if you bought the coin as a trader, you will lose all your money. But if it's a liquidity provider, but you are not having your money in one particular coin, you're having it split in two coins, you will lose the value in that particular coin. And this really happens because if you use Dexify, Dexify only targets pools that are stable, pools that can be rocked, pools that have very, very low chances of getting rocked. And if you obviously check Dexify right now, you're going to see such pools there. So I think I've answered your question explicitly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Gideon. That was very expository. So the next question here is, can users lose money while providing liquidity using Dexify?
I think I basically answered this question. Why I didn't know you have this question right now, but I answered the question while I was talking, and what I was trying to tell you is this: that the context of lose money can be interpreted and misinterpreted by so many persons. And I want you to understand the context of lose money. Lose money. We are here to make money. Everybody coming to crypto is coming to make money. And the crypto market is very volatile, meaning that people can lose money in the crypto market because the volatile nature of the crypto market, you can buy a coin that is so much, you have done your technical fundamental analysis and you can lose money from it. But this is not buying and selling. This is liquidity provision, which is way, way safer and gives you more opportunity to make more money. However, one of the ways people can lose some of their money in liquidity provision is when one of the coins in the pair gets robbed. 1. 2, when you are out of range without rebalancing. Dexify have an auto rebalancing feature that before you get out of range, or sometimes you actually go out of range, but it rebalances it for you. It's constantly trying to rebalance for you whenever you get out of range. It brings you within the current range. That being range you started with is spread it across that being range again and begin to monitor you each time to see when it goes near the edge and it does the rebalancing auto for you. But if you are doing it manually, you can't catch the trend. The crypto market is very volatile. So when you're out of range and you have not rebalanced, of course, you won't be earning fees. And if the pair is dumping, you won't even be earning the pair, that particular fee you're supposed to be earning. You won't even be earning it at all because you're not earning the fee you are supposed to be earning, and they're giving you more of that token. You will not be like somebody who bought the token as you not be like a trader who bought the token, holding on to make money when the token pumps. But remember, the silver thing is that you actually bought two coins. The stable coin you are using to buy the volatile one. So if it happens in the volatile one, which is always happening in the volatile one, you are still holding the stable on. So you are not earning fees in any of them, but the stable one is much stable, and the volatile on, you are not earning anything. And that is where rebalancing, for me, is the most important thing in liquidity provision, and for me, is non-negotiable. And that is one of the things we spend thousands of dollars trying to make sure we perfect rebalancing features in Dexify. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Gideon. Thank you so much. Every phase of this fireside section has been very great. I've been getting enough value. So this next question, Mr. Gideon, is gonna be a little sensitive. So, Mr. Gideon, does Dexify have access to or control users' funds?
I think I said it earlier when I was trying to start, that Dexify in any way, by any means, in any way, does not have access to users' funds. Dexify does not have access. Dexify is not an investment scheme. It's not a scheme that you give money. Any money that comes to Dexify is money. It's just like you are buying API. Dexify is spending thousands of dollars monthly on different APIs. We are paying for a couple of Jupe APIs. We are paying for a couple of Metro APIs. We are paying for a couple of Oka APIs. We are paying for a couple of radio APIs. And we are paying for Helios, multiple APIs, like they are in their numbers, in thousands. And the project is running in thousands of dollars every month. And when you are getting $1 to Dexify itself, it is only for those APIs, service fees for the APIs that Dexify is spending money on. Now, your capital you are using to provide liquidity, which is your main liquidity, is going to be in your hands. Dexify does not have access. When you want to provide liquidity, Dexify, there's something we call using our smart contracts. You are going to actually give Dexify access to be able to provide liquidity for you alone. And you put the amount you want Dexify to use to provide liquidity for you. And Dexify, that is your spending limit. You put your spending limit and you give Dexify approval, which you can revoke anytime, even the next seconds. And Dexify only provide liquidity for you within that spending limit you've put. And Dexify can only use route on our smart contract is an open source, can only provide liquidity, close position, and reconvert stable coins back to your wallet. Dexify at any time does not have access to users' wallets, and Dexify does not use any custodial wallets. Thank you.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. This
I forgot to tell you.
Actually, okay.
I forgot to tell you that with Dexify, you need to use Solana wallet like Jupiter, decentralized, Souffle, decentralized, and Phantom. You can connect any of this wallet to Dexify and start providing liquidity. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. This explanation actually builds trust in Dexify. So the next question, Mr. Gideon, what role does market volatility play in results?
Of course, it can actually contribute positively or negatively in results. In the results you're going to get. Of course, I think there is a coin I repeat today. Let me know. I don't know whether it has closed. Let me just check. Let me open my Dexify. I should be able to show this particular one with Dexify because newbies who have been hearing Dexify are just probably lost. What is it, Dexify? I'm going to just log into Dexify UI interface right now. So I'm logged into one of my Dexify accounts. So, and this Dexify account, okay, let me just check my positions. So I'm going to click on position to know position I have. Okay, it has closed. Let me see. Okay. I think it's UNC. I can't remember. Okay, it's dump money. Dump money. I did 9%. This particular pair seems a bit volatile when I provided liquidity on this coin. I was watching this particular pair. I didn't even know it's closed because I haven't checked for a while. It closed 7 hours ago. When I provided this liquidity was I think late in the morning or so. I can't remember the time. Now on this particular pair was dumping massively. It was really volatile. It was dumping, like it was massively dumping. I don't know whether it was new then, but however, remember as it's dumping, I am earning fees. I provided liquidity with $285 and I put my reward target, which is like a take profit at what? 10%. So it closed the position at what? 9%, and I made only $23. 9% of my of this capital is $23. Now, if I had closed the position because this pair is dumping, I won't make money. Instead, I'll be losing money because I didn't close the position when the pair has earned enough fees for me to outweigh the dump, the value that have been depreciated. So I waited and left it to for this value, the value of the pair to appreciate, or the fees I have earned to accumulate more, to outweigh the value, even though it's depreciated. And probably, I don't know what happened, but I can click on it and probably give me a clue of what really happened when I open this particular position. Sorry, it's opening. Oh, let me just open again. Let me see. I don't know whether it's network, but when it opens, if assuming it opens, I could be able to check exactly what happens into the pair, whether the earning this particular profit, was it only from fees or was it from fees plus my P&L? My P&L means my profit and loss. Was it from fees and the prices going up? It can close position for you from fees alone if it has earned more fees. So the volatility nature of the market, of course, affects the fees you earn, and it can affect it positively or negatively. Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you for the explanation so far. You know, one thing I like about Mr. Gideon is how he explains every question effortlessly, and it's really quite easy to understand. Moving on to the next question. Personally, it's something I've been quite curious about. Like, Mr. Gideon, can you tell us what determines whether a user gets a good result or not?
What determines whether a user gets a good result or not?
Yes.
Okay, I think I don't know how many questions you still have there because we spent almost an hour. We are just about 4 or 5 minutes to have broken an hour. So I'm just going to be fast to make the answers fast. Now, what determines whether a user gets results using Dexify to provide liquidity is this. This is where I talk about training and mentorship. So many persons just want to, so many persons have this idea of making money like thief or robbers or scammers. Or they think about their mentality, especially in some part of Asia and some part of Africa, is a system whereby I have my money and I don't need to do anything, and I kept my money somewhere and my money is growing for me. Now, even if you buy a Bitcoin mining machine in thousands or millions of dollars to keep in your house, buy the VPS to run it, provide 24 hours electricity to mine it. Now, that mining machine is mining Bitcoin for you 24/7, non-stop. However, it's only giving you more unit quantity of Bitcoin. It does not guarantee that Bitcoin price will remain up. So meaning that even though you're having more quantity of Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin can still go down. And if the value of Bitcoin go down, you have more units of a coin that the value has gone down. So it probably, you might be in profit and might not be in profit, depending on how the value has gone down and the quantity you've been able to mine. It's just simple with liquidity provision. You are earning fees, guaranteed, provided you are in range and you provided liquidity in the right pair, which Dexify helps you to do. You are making fees daily. Is guaranteed that whether traders are losing money, they are losing money, they are giving you fees, or they are making money, they are giving you fees. However, these fees depend on your profits in reality, rather, depends on the accumulation of the number of the fees you've been able to earn. Now, coming conclusively to your question, a lot of persons don't understand this because the provision is very, very ambiguous and it's quite new. A lot of persons don't know about it. It's just now, if you go on air, you begin to hear people talk about LPing. Before now, nobody's talking about it. And it's been there all along for many years. However, it has been the best way to make money in the crypto space. But obviously, people are not aware. And that is why we've taken it upon ourselves to start a mentorship program to enlighten people, to train people, to mentor them on how they can be able to use the tool Dexify. Because when there is no knowledge, abuse is inevitable. A lot of persons can access Dexify app, get the protocol, but don't even know how to use it or maximize profit. So we started a mentorship training that takes effect every Wednesdays and every Fridays. And this is how you gain access. Once you get our deep protocol from any source, you just chat us up on Discord, on Telegram. We have is a public Telegram channel and it's a public Discord server. You can get access to it, but on YouTube anywhere. Once you reach out to us, we will verify that you are part of Dexify users. Even before you start using the bot, I will add you to a private mentorship group for free. You're not paying for it. And we provide real-time mentorship for you. This mentorship cut across how to use the bot. You learn how to use the bot. You learn how liquidity provision work. You even learn how to do liquidity provision manually, because you can't appreciate the bot without having the idea of the manual process. We go as far as teaching you the manual process and so many other things. So that is it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for that explanation. Honestly speaking, I've been clarified. Now, based on the first question I asked, why do some users perform better than others on Dexify?
Of course, results are not typical in any business at all. It's just like asking me, how does somebody who owns different shops maybe in ShopRite, for example, people have different shops in ShopRite, how does a particular brand selling phone make more money than another brand who sells phone? It depends on this couple of things. Number one, it depends on strategy, market condition. Now look at this. Yesterday, I think on this particular pair, I closed on yesterday. I think let me just log out and log into my main account where I did a lot of looping. Or let me just use this one as an example and show you. Yesterday, with my profits. Okay, it's coming. Now, yesterday I made about $400 in profits, right? Now, today, this account is account, I LP on this account casually. I have a main account I'm using LP. Now, on my main account yesterday, I did about $4,000 in profits. Now, on today, my main account today, I did about 6,000 plus before I started this Zoom meeting. I'm here, I'm doing 290. So why am I performing better in that account than in this account? Simple. Because here, I provided liquidity here, bothly, manually, and I did one copy of looping and I stopped, and I did a little bit on autonomous looping. But over there, I use higher capital and I do more of autonomous looping. And in that autonomous looping, I was using the strategy I know work for me, which if you are in the mentorship session yesterday, you understand what I'm talking about better. And I provided more money. So the capital I am using here, if you look over here, let me go back to the positions again. You will see that in those computer position, I'm using $300, $83. Some users can make more money depending on their capital. Some users can make more money depending on the strategy and the preset they use. So all these affect users' profitability. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Caleb.
All right, thank you very much. The next question here is Dexify system evolving and how do you improve it over time?
Of course, Dexify is evolving and we are constantly improving our system. Like if you were here when we started, of course, you just saw the wonderful UI I just showed you right now. I think for me, Dexify have one of the best UI in the world in any, call it a trading board, call it whatever. Even Oka themselves, Matura themselves, even Radio, the people that we are actually routing through don't have a better UI than us. Dexify have a more better UI UX, both the UI, both the US, and it wasn't there when we started. It was our UI was upward when we started. When we started, there was, if we look here, let me just show you a couple of things that you can see obviously have evolved from the time we started. By the time if I come back here and you see before now, if I go to bots, you'll be seeing just very few presets. What can you see here? You'll be seeing only this preset here. We have then quantum, sleep, HV. These are the presets we had before. But about last week, I think 3 days ago, Dexify included more presets, extra 6 more presets. These presets are simply 6 strategies that you can be able to use, ranking on different bin ranges, and they are quite amazing. All of them outweigh the former presets, meaning that we are evolving with different things, and so many things have changed. Before now, we are doing copy and looping, and the way we are doing the copy and looping is that we are only copying rank, but now our copy and looping is no more narrowed to copying more experts in the field. So there are so many features that are coming up, so many features that were not there as of 2 days ago that are there right now. Features that were not there as of last week, they are not. So every time you come to Dexify, you are getting a better result because Dexify is always evolving into something better. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Now, Mr. Gideon, I know you've touched this question before, but I just want you to really clarify what this means. Why did you introduce the mentorship training and how important is it for users?
Well, I will just say it because you said I've touched it before, and obviously I talked about it extensively. The mentorship training is to educate people on how liquidity provision works and how they can use Dexify to automate the process of liquidity provision, to also let them know a lot of things about the crypto market because so many persons who are trying to use the robot are Web2 users. When I mean Web2 users, whether you are in crypto, not all crypto people are Web3. We are complete Web3 infrastructure. And so many of our users are Web2 people. Web2 people are those people who are trading on Binance, on Bybit. They believe they are doing Web3, but that is not Web3 to me. Because whenever you are centralized, provided you are in a centralized environment, you are Web2. So Web2, you know Web2 to be Facebook, Google, and the rest. But anything you are doing in the crypto market that is centralized. So most of our users, they have this knowledge of a centralized system. And Dexify works in a decentralized system. Because the liquidity provision does not have a centralized system. It's completely decentralized. Centralized system is a system where somebody has access to your money at any time or can control your information or money. But whether you provide liquidity on Oka or Radium or Matura, none of them holds your money. When I mean holds your money cannot, they don't have access to your funds in your wallet. So, and Dexify routes through them. So a lot of things, people need to be educated in so many things. The mentorship session was introduced to empower people because education is the key important thing. I will tell you something. Give somebody $10,000 without knowledge and give another person $500. Let me not exaggerate. $500 with knowledge. The person with $10,000 will use his $10,000 to pay for knowledge. What I mean pay for knowledge in a hard way, both of them are starting the same business. Let's assume crypto. The person with $10,000, I will guarantee you in the crypto market or any business at all in any sector will lose his money trying to learn the business that he has refused to pay due diligence in learning the process before starting than the person who has $500 with knowledge. The person with knowledge will do extremely well, extraordinarily well than the person with knowledge. And many persons don't want to take action. Many persons don't want to take responsibility. They just want a system that will print money for them without them knowing, including the banking system you use, using your local banking system you use. If you don't have knowledge on how to operate the banking system, how it works, how can you even trust them? How come when it comes to your money, your capital, your own money, you don't want to take responsibility? And that is one mentality in so many parts of the world. It's not funny. So the only way you can consistently make money is when you take responsibility. And what I mean taking responsibility is when you know and understand that this is my money. I need to know how this money can make more money for me. Yeah, I want to do liquidity provision. I see Dexify as an amazing tool, but I want to know, understand. That is the reason why we provide that mentorship session to train people for free on how they can be able to use Dexify and also understand and master liquidity provision. Thank you. Please, I think you should be summarizing right now. I just have one more question, please.
Yeah, okay.
I can only take one more question.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Gideon. Is apparently the last question I'm going to ask here. So the last question is, what advice would you give to someone starting today?
Someone starting today?
Yeah.
Now, from the vast experience I've had over 13 years in the cryptocurrency market, my advice to anyone starting today is to go for knowledge. Now, when I mean go for knowledge, don't be in a haste and don't think there is any place there is any money-making machine anywhere. Think about making money. Our advice is take responsibility. Take responsibility of your money. When you take responsibility, it means that this money, I sought it hardly. Even Dangote today, Elon Musk today, is not happy when he's losing money. Nobody is happy when they are losing money. So nobody makes money to dash it out, to throw it to the market, to throw it away. So it is your money, and some persons have even borrowed money, which I also don't recommend people borrowing money to do business. Borrowing money to do business of any kind at all is not my thing. I've said it countless times in different videos and in different interviews. Borrowing money. However, we see people who have borrowed money. I think Empire was one of them. He borrowed money to start trading and he's doing quite well. But it's not, the fact he did it does not mean it's a standard. And I want to say this. I don't recommend people, what I recommend rather, is when you want to start, think about it as a business, not a Ponzi scheme, and not a get-rich-quick scheme. As a business, whoever want to start a business, we want to know and understand the business you want to start. So first, when you get access to the deep protocol or whatever things that will make you more money, the next thing that you should be interested in learning before you start the liquidity provision proper, whether you are using Dexify, is to understand how the system itself works. So go for mentorship, go for knowledge. That is the most important thing ever. What has taken me and have brought me to where I am today, I will tell you the truth, is knowledge. It's knowledge, nothing more. Take off all the capital, it's still knowledge that will take you up. So, guys, let's go for knowledge. It's a sad truth. People don't want to hear this, but I must say it. Let's go for knowledge. Leave the overhyped, leave everything. As you come into the system, come to the mentorship session. You see, every Wednesday and Friday, like tomorrow, is very important for us because it's a period of reshaping, it's a period of building, it's a period of empowering, it's a period of grooming potential billionaires. And there is no way you can understand what we are doing here and you will make money. Like how? When you understand the system, you make money. But don't be in a haste until you understand the system. So somebody might want to ask, why is now Dexify? Why don't I do it manually? Then go and do it manually. If you want to downplay the importance of mentorship and training, then go and do it. You still have to go through the manual process of learning how to do it manually, which is more difficult. And in the mentorship session, we teach you how to do it manually, and we now show you how the automation system works and the secrets in liquidity provision and how you can maximize it. Thank you so much. So I think I just want to take a few questions from users because it's a fireside session and I can't go without taking questions from users. So Mr. Caleb and Sylvia, am I permitted to take questions from users?
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. So please, I want you guys to drop a question on the comment section right now because of our time. We might not be able to open the mic one by one to allow people to ask their question. So Mike Chupuma said, I have complaints to make. Please, coach, I don't know. Can you quickly type your complaints, whatever you want to type? Just type it, and I'm going to read it out the way you wrote it here. You can hear your name, and I'm going to answer your question explicitly. This is a fireside question. We are hiding nothing. We are showing it to you the way it is, everything the way it is. Okay, I saw your question right now, and it just disappeared. Okay, from Fog, he said, if someone LP on a pool, and later on, they wrote the pool, and Dexify user have money on that pool, what will happen? Will Dexify help to pull out our fund before they rug or not? Now, listen. First, Dexify try to solve the problem of you even getting rugged in the first place. Getting rugged in a pool, meaning that you have not researched on the pool very well, because a pool that gets rugged, that is how you know. If you understand how the system works, you can know that a pool can be rugged or it can be rugged. So Dexify have done the first primary session for you to check if the pool will be rugged, and when it's not rugged, they don't show you. However, because there is no guarantee that a pool will not be rugged, like even Solana, like I can tell you that Bitcoin itself, the way I function, I'm a very positive, and I think the negative way, the highest way I can think about it. I can tell you that today that Bitcoin can never go back to zero. So, but I can tell you confidently that Bitcoin can never get back to zero. But what I want to teach you, I will help you see the idea that what if Bitcoin tomorrow go back to zero? I know it's not going to go back to zero. So what if there are pools that can say get rugged, even though we've done all the work to filter off all the pools that can get rugged off from our protocol, to make sure that our protocol does not show pools that can get rugged. Now, and that pool gets rugged. Remember, what is getting rugged in the pool is one of the pair you provided liquidity on. So there's what you call rug check. That rug check, meaning that when your liquidity have gone above, is something that we just introduced. Oh, somebody's writing on the screen. Please don't write on the screen, I beg you. When the pool has actually hit a particular, hope you guys can see hear me, please. Am I still audible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So when the pool has gone, is volatile, has gone to a particular range, so Dexify do auto conversion for you and quickly convert your money back to your money back to your stable coin for you. And however, that is a pool detector system. But the most important factor that we've tried to factor in is to filter off pools that can get robbed. And what we currently, the infrastructure we currently have in Dexify right now is a short-time liquidity provision system. We are coming up with a long-term. The long-term is a system whereby you can provide liquidity like what I told you guys that Siphon did, like liquidity for like 2 months. And within 2 months, he turned $15 to $200,000 in liquidity provision. That is the power. Trading cannot do that for you. That is the power of liquidity provision on a meme token. However, that is a long-term liquidity provision. That happens with a bin range. The only bin range you have right now, the most standard bin range is only 69 bins. And that 69 bins is only on a short time scale. So you won't do more of rebalancing. So we can have more of your fees being printed on a very short term. Like those who were there yesterday, I opened position in a live session. You saw how it happens just before you, and fees were being printed. I show you as it's being printed, and we close the position before we closed. And we're going to do the same thing again tomorrow. So that is just how it is. For the person that asked that question, I think I'm going to take one more question because of our time. Because I just wanted to ask, at least make sure I've answered somebody. I have a question to ask. Will you be able to make profit on Dexify before your protocol is exhausted, depending on the level? You must before your protocol is exhausted. See, quote me anywhere. I know we're on live session. If you have not earned at least 5 times your protocol, then Dexify, depending on the protocol, but some of the protocols give you earning up to 50 times, meaning that if it was $1,000 you bought it, you can earn up to 50 times $1,000. Some of the protocols give you up to 10 times, depending on the protocol. And some of you guys that are getting DVIP, I think in our mentorship session, we'll talk about that elaborately tomorrow. DVIP is not protocol. The protocol is different. It's called Deep Pro. And that is what gives you access to LP, to provide liquidity in Dexify, not DVIP. All right? So that is just it. For that question, I think because of our time, I'm going to wrap up because I want to end by 10:30, and this is 10:29. We just have people have over 500 or 600 persons already, and we'll see people are getting exhausted already, so won't be sounding bored. I want to appreciate our co-host today, those who actually hosted us, and I just want to appreciate you guys for such a wonderful session. Thank you so much, listeners and users, newbies, for staying on board up to this time. We are going to be having another general training again on Monday. It's probably not going to be a fire session. It's going to be a mentorship session. A training session where we're going to be showing you different things inside Dexify. It's going to be a training session on Monday. But tomorrow, being Friday, is our private mentorship session by 9 p.m. If you have gotten your D protocol, DVIP or DeFi Speed, all you need to do is to reach out to any of our admins or reach out to whoever guided you up. You will be added to our mentorship section, mentorship groups. We have a mentorship channel on Telegram and on Discord. You'll be added either on Telegram or Discord or both. That is where you can get linked to join our private Zoom session that is strictly private. And guys, let me tell you, this is not the kind of trainings you've attended before. A lot of secret is being exposed in that session. It's a training that I know. I was having that session yesterday. I had a visitor. The guy was telling me, why are you giving out this kind of value for free? Like, for real, why giving out this kind of value for free? I was like, these are our users and they need the value, because these are premium trainings that you can't pay $1,000 to get. You are getting all for free. Imagine mastering liquidity provision like a pro, like a tier 1 pro. That is what you get inside our mentorship session. Please make sure you are there. See you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night and God bless you. Thank you so much, Caleb and Sylvia. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.